Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Manchester SEO podcast. Today we've got Anne Morrisey and Tracy Latimer. I've had to look that up because two people I struggle with to remember names. Anne and Tracy run a group called Thrive. Tell us a bit more about what Thrive does.
Okay. So Thrive Women Our Best Lives is a Facebook group for women. And myself and Anne founded it in June 2020. 18 months ago we founded it. We met each other a couple of years ago through something very similar. And we just sort of set up on our own Facebook group because it was so beneficial for us at that time of our lives. It was just, it was a lovely thing to do.
Yeah,
it was great stuff. Yeah, we'd met a load of women who wanted to continue with a group that was sort of connecting women. So at the minute we've got 68,000 women on the group, and we have
just a few.
Yeah. And we've got, from the main group, we've got 6 other branches, which are all about education, aren't they? We've got women in business. We've got women. We've got Thrive Women Travel, which is like a holiday branch.
Yeah.
And we have Thriving Not Surviving, which is all about women living with chronic and invisible conditions. We have Menopause into Thrive, which is obviously, as it says, women in menopause.
Yeah.
And we have Support, which is a wonderful branch which is helping women going through difficult times in their life and they need extra support for the mental well-being. And we also have Thrive Wellbeing.
Yeah. But going back to Thrive, Thrive, like Tracy said, we were in another group and we used to go camping at weekends, all just crazy ladies meeting up and doing middle-aged things.
Yeah.
And it was just like a new lease of life, wasn't it? And that group folded, and myself and Tracy were like, we're going to do kind of thing. You know, we'd met these lovely ladies. So we then decided that we'd do it. We'd set it up just for and introduce the ladies that we knew, and it's just grown from like wildfire since then.
Okay.
And now, because, like Tracy said, there's 68,000 women, and they're all over the country. So it's it's nationwide and further afield.
Yeah.
There's people from other countries as well.
Yeah. So we started off. We set up chat rooms in local areas. So they were just dotted around the country. And women were just in them chat rooms creating events, meeting, going off meeting each other. And now we've got over 200 chat rooms. This is just in the main Thrive, Women with Our Best Lives. And it's just been going amazing. There's women all over the country meeting up, chatting, it's constant. And we were bundling along, wasn't we? And then last Christmas, I'm just going to say how you promoted and wanted the support group.
Yeah, there was a lot of posts about women finding it at that time in their life. They were having a lot of difficulties, weren't they? So they were posting anonymously, posting how sort of upset they were and sad they were. So we decided to set up this other branch, and it's run by some incredible moderators. We've got some women who they've got lived experience, and they've all got also got professional experience, and they moderate that group for us. And the support that ring is just absolutely amazing. We couldn't run it without them. They are supporting women left, right, and centre all over the place.
Because at the time, it was changing the dynamics of the group. It was around about Christmas, not this Christmas, the Christmas before.
Yeah.
And it was just like Tracy said, anonymous, and they were like low, and they needed support, and it was changing the dynamics of the group. The group's about living our best lives. And it was like, So Tracy kind of like said, we need to, give them somewhere they can go. And honestly, it's just absolutely amazing bunch, isn't it?
Yeah. So was that the time of year you think, that was bringing people down?
People were,
people
fantasy, and they still do now. And so what they do when they post on the main page, we always sort of signpost women to these other branches where they can get help. So they come onto the main page, they put a post on, and we say, right, that post belongs somewhere else. We can signpost you over there, and you can get the help and support that you need. And there's just lots of information that they share with each other. And the women themselves have become such a sort of wonderful peer support to each other. It's just lovely to see, isn't it? How it's and we get a lot of feedback of how them branches help each other and support each other.
Very proud of them, especially the support. The moderators, like Tracy said, and Celia are really, really focused. We don't even have to do. We just leave it to them basically, don't we? Because it's running itself. It's
so dedicated, and we just thank them like all the time, every day. They're our saviours, really, aren't they? They're beautiful women.
And then we started the menopause group, didn't we? I think that was the next one after that, wasn't it? Because we're women, and and everybody's different, and all women. And menopause is a massive, big subject, and I say this all the time, but I'm quite lucky. I didn't really suffer, so I didn't feel like I could help and support and give people the information that they needed. But we've got some great women in there.
So we've got menopause coaches and experts by experience, and again, it's peer support. And referring people, signposting them to sort of relevant information and knowledge, and sharing.
They do cafes, don't they?
Cafes, and they do all sorts of sessions, don't they?
Live sessions. And
so there's a lot of women in each branch, and they do really, really well. And the connections that these women have found on the main page, you can see that they've connected and making friendship groups, whereas there's some women that come on there and they've come on to Thrive Women Living Our Best Lives because they're obviously not living the best life, and they want to live the best life. And they're at a stage in their life where they've probably had grown-up children, or or they might have lost their husbands, or they're just lonely, or and they've not got many friends. And you can see that when they come on, they're finding friends, and then they're going off, they're having holidays, coffees, going to the cinema, going out for nights, walks. It's just incredible to see, isn't it?
Climbing mountains, cold water. So we put a lot of events on ourselves, but the women are doing that all over the country. I mean, we can just show you the events on this weekend, and there's probably 20, 30 events
all over the place.
Wow.
All over this weekend. And so the ladies can just go into the events and see if there's anything near them and join, I mean, it's really, really...
and go along.
It's amazing.
So we've had that many events ourselves. We've made that many events, and we had events of family activities, family camps. So we took our children and all the women. We encouraged them to bring your children out, get your children in nature, come and do some activities, do something, challenge yourself, do something that you might be a little bit scared of doing, like when I jumped off a cliff, because I'm absolutely terrified of heights. And we did a family camp where we were doing abseiling, and I actually arranged that one because I was terrified of heights. And
just felt like
and my daughter was a little bit embarrassed of me jumping off the cliff, wasn't she?
She's not afraid.
I'm not scared anymore. So, and we do just loads of things, don't we? Climbing mountains.
It's just, honestly, it's constant. It's every single day. There's something, there's an event on every single day, and weekends are just amazing. We do lots of lovely walks, don't we? Like, for instance, this weekend I'm going to Iceland. I think we're 14 ladies.
Yes, like you do.
For the weekend.
Find some geezers.
4 days. Like you do. And that's through the Thrive Women travel.
Wow.
So, and Tracy's off.
I'm going to Croatia in May. We've got our own boat.
Wow.
Doing a week's travelling around Croatia. So we looking forward to that. 22 women on the boat. That'll be something
It's the
special.
worst that could happen.
10 days.
You hear about talk about women where they perhaps would like to travel but feel maybe there's hesitance because it might just be them, or they don't know anyone they can go with or what they'd like to do. And I suppose
That's what the group offers.
Yeah,
It's that sort of companionship, and for women to feel safe to go along with another, with other women.
And they'll see other women doing what they know that that makes them think, well, if they can do that, so can I.
Yeah.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the women do tend to inspire each other. We've got a couple of ladies, haven't we? And they're in the 70s. So I think they're probably the oldest women on the group. They're in the 70s. And I think they're widowed, and they've been, and they've met up, and they've now become really friends, and they're all out everywhere, and they keep posting, saying they would never have met each other if it weren't for Thrive,
Yeah.
And then we've got younger women as well, and, they're probably lonely because they've just started with family life, and they're meeting each other, aren't they? The younger ones, and they're going out doing adventures and running and all sorts.
And it's just great for women who are, who just want to know something and know, and they just put it, has this ever happened to anyone? And they get all this, honestly, I mean, sometimes it can be 400 or 500 responses to somebody asking a question, The support is just...
And we get some quite random posts as well. Some cheeky and some quite random ones. And we've got, as well as the local chat rooms, we've got chat rooms for sort of like women's activities or leisures or pastimes, whatever they're interested in. And we're very inclusive and we're very open. So we've got chats about, we've got a sex chat, we've got a lesbian chat, we've got all sorts of different chats. It's just wonderful.
When you talk about chat rooms, are they on Facebook? Okay.
They're connected through the main Facebook group.
Interesting.
So and it was just so easy. But there is over 200. I mean, it just spans from anything, and
knitting and book clubs
and the book club.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, I have to mention the book club. The girls started that off, and I think there's probably about 4,000 or 5,000 people in that chat. And the girl, it's called Ashley. She puts a new book on every. I think it's once a month, and there's a proper book club, and you just.
That's amazing.
It really. It's just so much. I mean, you couldn't go into everything. It's just amazing.
The variety. It's obviously comes from sex club to sex chat to
book clubs.
To book clubs.
Travel
quite random. And traveling all over.
So I've completely lost what I was going to say, but so you started the group based on your experience. How did it kind of grow initially? Was it just people recommending to other people?
Growing like wildfire, isn't it?
Through Facebook and algorithms recommending it to the friends.
And of course, we have full-time jobs, and there is only me and Tracy running it. So it's constant, I mean, if I got my phone out now, there'll be maybe 20 people trying to join, and you have to make sure that the female, there's only ladies allowed in it. And there's certain criteria, before, we do manage it. We manage all the posts. We try not to allow people to, go selling on it, because we don't want it to... to be overrun with people trying to sell, because they will if you let them.
We do offer, we do support women in business. So we've got the women in business branch, and there's you attend the networking quite a lot, don't you? It's always been working at the time.
So we we don't make sure we miss any of these out, but women in business. There's over 2,000 women in business in there, and we want it to grow. And there's so much going on in there for women in business. They can help, they can chat to each other, get support of each other. We've got Nicola, who does a network, Zoom call, networking. And all the women come on, and she gives them all, about 2 minutes each to discuss, what the business is about. And network is just absolutely.
And then on the page, we have a Share Sunday. So we ask women to, you can promote yourselves, promote your business just on a Sunday. So
one of the main things we talk about, we've spoken about a lot in the last year, is this kind of thirst for humanity, especially in the technology world and online. And you guys are using technology to bring that human interaction to people and give them that. In SEO, we talk about finding your community. So where are the people that need you, that would want your service, and how do we get you out there? And it's funny how there's a little community there for, well, it's not a little community, it's a big community.
And they're finding each other. It's just networking all the way through.
You can find a bit of humanity that will support.
And people usually, I mean, like we said, if there's something in there that somebody doesn't like, or has said something that's, they're not agreeing with, they can report it. I mean, Tracy and myself are literally on it, and, because, there are different types of people, and people have their own views. So, we have to try and keep it.
We can have some heated debates at times on the women can have the heated debates, can't they? We just sort of monitor that and make sure it doesn't get too out of hand. And usually, the women are so supportive.
We know by the comment, or the post. We say we'd better keep our eye on this one.
So, and back in 12 months, in June last year, it was our first birthday, and we celebrated it with a festival. So we put on a festival, didn't we, in North Wales, which was affordable for all the women, because we want to promote affordability, we want women to be able to dip into different things, holistic things, and experience things that they've maybe never experienced before, different kinds of dance, yoga, breath work. We had all sorts of things going on. So we had a full day of activities and women sort of doing sessions.
It was just a perfect place for
amazing.
Things happened on it and just come to you. I mean, we had been lucky. This place where we had it was amazing. It had two big fields. So one side we had, they were camping on it, and on the other field we had three major big, marquees, and each one had something going on all day. And we drew the women from our business women. So we've got the women already that came and wanted to show what they did. We had market stalls. We had over 200 women attending, and that was our first go. So
how did that come up in as an idea?
We just wanted to celebrate our birthday, and we love camping. We don't mind roughing it camping, do we? And we've got little camper vans as well. So, and we just said, let's just do a festival.
And we've got our friends who run a group in North Wales, Wales Women.
We joined with them.
We joined in
because
it was their first birthday. They set up on the same day as us. So we come together, and we come together again this year.
We had a silent disco. We had a young woman who's a singer-songwriter. She did her debut in front of the women. She just loved it.
It couldn't have gone any better. When you just on the end, when it was finished, the four of us just stood there and were like, wow. It just all came together. I mean, I go to quite a lot of festivals, so I was kind of like thinking, is it going to be? It was amazing, wasn't it?
The feedback we got from the women was just,
it was incredible.
So you've only been going just over a year then?
Just a year, 1 year. At that time, it was actually our birthday in June, and we hit
last year.
Was it? Yeah. Was it 55?
We hit 50,000.
55 was at that point.
Amazing. In 1 year?
In 1 year.
That's really amazing.
I think it was 50.
50, something like that, yeah. It was...
Not grabbing far. It's just growing in it, but it's just amazing.
And we're sort of busy now, starting to plan our next
festival,
which is called Thrive and Wild, because obviously we're joining up with our friends as well, going back to North Wales.
And like Tracy said, we're keeping it cheap. I mean, affordable. What they got last year was just so for a whole camping weekend.
I couldn't believe the amount that we paid.
£40, and honestly, it was just. I mean, we can't afford to do it that cheap this time because we want to grow, we want to expand, and we want to get better. We got away with it last year, didn't we?
We've got lots of exciting
marquees.
We've got lots of exciting things planned for this year. So we're just so excited to
do it again.
Do it all again.
And you've got such a community that you can utilise people in it.
And they can all come together because all these people probably feel like they know each other. Or lots of them who, are in certain chats, so they can all come together. So get your tickets, ladies.
Some of these women, they've never done anything like that before, have they? And so to be able to experience that at such a price that it was all included,
It was really cheap.
Yeah, it was.
And then we had our goddess, our moon goddess, who brought everybody together.
Sister
The moon goddess ceremony. Yeah, it was just absolutely incredible, wasn't it?
So the weather stayed good for you. And,
yes, it was. It was middle of June, so this year's the 13th to the 15th. So but just...
perhaps we should do, George, a festival for our first year. The podcast. I'll get everyone on it. That's what we can do. Get everyone who's been on it to come together. So I've been a bit speechless about that, actually. It seems it's the length of time that's stunned me a little bit. Really, as to how quickly
it's evolved.
Yeah. It must be
we're very
satisfying.
Proud, of course. We really are proud. But we do put a lot of work into it, and
I don't think people realise how much work goes on behind the scenes. Myself and Al, like we said, we're both mothers, we're both full-time workers, and the group has basically takes a lot of time, doesn't it?
It's constant.
It's constant, but we do it because we've got the passion for it, and we love it, and we see the joy that it brings to all these women. I think it was certain points in our lives that we met, and you go through things like bereavement, you lose family members, your children start growing up, and you start looking at yourself and thinking,
what's left for me?
I've still got a lot of living to do, and I want to live my best life, and
we are.
And our children sort of get fed up with us grabbing them out to go and experience nature. Oh, I don't want to do it anymore, Mum. And then you sort of, you navigate towards women that are feeling the same, experiencing the same.
I have 3 older sisters, and the 2 of them have children, and I've seen when the children start to not need you as much, and then you're like, okay, well, who am I now? Because
exactly,
the identity's been a mother for so long.
We have a chat room for that. We do.
It takes adjusting. It takes adjustment to see that.
And that's so you just hitting the nail on the head. So these women in that chat room talk to each other, they know how they're feeling, and then they feel like they're not on their own. There's other people that they can ask the questions, and how is it, and what goes on.
And so we encourage them to go to all the events.
And we have to mention the well-being, because the well-being is, especially at this in January, because we set well-being up because I like to keep fit. Tracy likes to do a lot of walk, and we are it is about fitness, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not just well-being; it's such a big umbrella picture. But so we're doing Red January, and the most important one is Dry January.
Right.
And we've got Alison, who is headlining that.
She's an alcohol coach, isn't she?
She's an alcohol coach, and then I used to drink. And last January, Alison put something on, and something just hit with me, and I thought, I'm going to try Dry January, and I did it last year, and after January, I was just like, I'll leave it a little bit, and I haven't drank alcohol since, and I'm not trying to encourage people, make people not do them things, but Alison, it's just a great support place for people who you don't need to drink. Tracy's actually doing Red January as we speak, aren't you?
Yeah, Red and Dry. Yeah.
That's what Dry January.
Yeah.
Alison, the menopause coach, actually did a kickstart to Dry January. So she opened a support page for us.
Right.
And for 10 days, she was there with the women for the first 10 days, giving them support all along the way. And everybody, there was 100 women there, supporting each other, talking to each other, swapping tips. And it was quite inspiring to see the women thinking about the relationship with alcohol and what it does. So women are continuing now. It's really good.
They both look very healthy on it.
We're not against alcohol.
No.
Just get, like Tracy said, it's just your relationship with it. You just question it yourself, and
there's a lot of things on the well-being group, isn't there? That is
Oh yeah, there's so much going
So much on there.
We have
about
Helen who
healthy
does free yoga sessions.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's amazing, isn't it, the things that go on.
We do. I do a lot of cold water immersion. So we're doing.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of retreats coming up. So in the UK, a couple of them are about. It's called Fire and Ice, isn't it? So we're doing like a lot of hot tubbing, and some cold water immersion. Some are breath work, a lot of walks. And we're doing a coast to coast retreat.
Yeah, we're doing a retreat for the coast to coast. So we're doing section 10 of the coast to coast. We're staying in a lovely little farmhouse, and me and Tracy did a recce of it. Yeah. So we know what's in store for the ladies. It's going to be a fabulous week.
Private chefs.
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. And we will be doing more because they are sold out.
Oh, they are
immediately.
Yeah.
But we want to do a lot more of this as well,
right?
Because it's so beneficial for the women to get together, isn't it? And it's just treating yourself nice weekend away, doing something different, and just experiencing nature and outdoors.
Yeah, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
women together.
So I mean, you mentioned obviously time can be a challenge. And especially when something grows so quickly, what other things have you had to have been challenges to deal with as you've grown?
Right, that's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think we ever really stopped to think about the challenges.
We don't call them challenges.
No.
Just
whatever we get hit with, we deal with it. We're on the phone to each other daily. Yeah, we've become sort of quite like sisters, really, haven't we?
But we both think the same, and we back each other up, and we work really, really well together. And I wouldn't say we had any, challenges. We just have. I think. Do you agree with this? Actually, we'll just and then we sort it. We haven't got time to make it a big problem. We don't chat chimwell. We haven't got time for that. It's we just deal with it and move on. It's pretty cutthroat sometimes.
And some challenges may develop into an opportunity.
Yeah, well, there you go. You see,
that's what we want. We want to grow, and we just, I think looking at maybe other social media platforms, we have. I think time is our major challenge, isn't it? There's so much that we want to do. Yeah, but we don't have the time.
But there is something myself and Tracy doing this. Yeah. And we work well together. If we had other people in, it probably wouldn't work as well, because we'd feel like, I know what she's doing, she knows what I am, because we just know each other so well. But like Tracy said, we need to get onto Instagram and TikTok, and we definitely we could do with people coming in to help us there. Yeah, definitely will.
We've dabbled a little bit in TikTok. We've done a few little videos of our outings and activities and events, which it's just a bit of fun. Yeah. We've never taken anything seriously. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah. But it's grown. So I think if we were to venture in other platforms, we'd have to have a lot more support. We don't. We'd do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with any growth, it's like, how to control that in a way that is safe for everyone.
But the way we've got our foundation set, so it kind of like, it looks after itself. We've got, in all the chat rooms, we have hosts who look after that. If they see anything going on, they'll advise us. So even though we're growing and growing, because we've got our foundations right from the start, it's manageable, isn't it? We do come across things we have to deal with, like we said, but we just deal with it and move on.
So, well, in terms of the future, what would you like to see in terms of the group?
I think we want to see more of our sort of retreats, women getting together, women getting out and about, our events, us being at more events, more holidays. Getting the women out for the weekend, doing things that they've probably not done before, challenging themselves, and us being there with them and experiencing that with them. So I think we need to look into, or we are looking into, sort of systems to help us manage the day-to-day running that will free us up to actually enjoy what we've created.
And we have got a few things in the pack.
We've got some things in the back
going to help us. But we do help lots of women who do retreats. We advertise for them and let them get our ladies into that. So we're helping other women, but we'd like to do more of our own as well, wouldn't we? We're interested. Yeah. So, and like we see, did I show you the newsletter? So
yes, I saw a newsletter.
Monthly newsletter, and it's like a roundup, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot on it. I was amazed actually.
Yeah.
In the different parts of the country, people had met for drinks or.
Yeah. So we asked the ladies to send in pictures and a little brief what happened. And then the newsletter's formed, and some weeks it's, I mean, we haven't got time to make it. It could be even bigger and better, couldn't it?
We have a spotlight woman every month, so when somebody stands out to us, we give them the spotlight that month.
Sure.
And we've had some
Great women. We've had a lady who had breast cancer, and she runs with no top on, showing the scars, just to get,
she's a topless runner, isn't she?
She's called a topless runner.
Yeah. And it's about raising awareness for closure after breast cancer.
Breast cancer, yeah. And
she's been on the news and everything, hasn't she? Yeah. She's got a huge following.
Yeah.
And she's a regular member. She's a regular poster.
Right.
Our page, raising awareness.
Yeah, we had just like in last month, a lady's, I think her mum died somewhere, and she campaigned to have machines called,
defib,
defib fitted somewhere,
Right.
So we made it. Yeah, it's just great. Yes.
So neither of you got a background in doing this kind of thing before, or?
No, well, my background is I've been in healthcare for many, many years, over 35 years, and still there. So that's my background.
Yeah.
My background was construction, believe it or not.
Wow, okay.
So completely different. But like I said, we liked the outdoors.
Yeah.
And we met, and we
met in the outdoors, didn't we?
And we met in the outdoors, and
we shared a bunk, didn't we, with a little bunkhouse.
Stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning singing.
6 women in a little tiny bunkhouse after climbing a mountain. It was fun.
Yeah.
So we do have some like real fun times, and we always try to make it accessible so that women can afford to do what they're doing. Last year we climbed Helvellyn, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So we had some mountain leaders helping us climbing Helvellyn, and we had a weekend away with that. And just satisfaction that you feel when you've achieved something like that. Some women have never done that before.
You did your first mountain.
I did my first mountain with Anne. She took me up in a big storm, and I conquered Stilton in a storm.
Yes.
Which was hilarious. Not.
We've had them up Scarfell. We'll take Ben Nevis this year.
We're aiming towards Ben Nevis, aren't we? So we're going to do sort of a mountain a month, aren't we, and get the Anne's the leader.
Mountain leader.
Oh yeah, Anne did base camp Everest.
Wow.
October was my son.
Did you?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
I tried to put an event on for that because, I've got contacts there. I mean, it's just such an amazing feeling to do something like that. You don't forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to push more of the
do all that.
This month. Yeah. This year.
I mean, so a few years ago, me and my best friend, we went up Helvellyn, and
You strided it.
Yeah. And we both did it. We'd both done it in the 90s with our parents and stuff like that. And we sat down. We thought, God, it's a lot easier than this 30 years ago, or whatever it was. But yeah, it's a challenging climb for more for your head of heights and things like that, I suppose. So I was thinking maybe asking you about if you had any advice for anyone else who was thinking about setting up a group like
that. We wouldn't give that away, would we? There's secrets. There are secrets there. You can't ask us that.
I suppose
there's still other ones we'd like to do though.
Yeah.
There's still more, I've always thought about the men, like we're women and we're doing this. It's amazing. We'd love to meet some men who would like to, do it with men and do it with men, because men, I expect they're harder, to reach. But then I think they It's so good for the men.
We promote Andy's Man quite regularly, don't we, for the men in your lives, you know, for the men in our lives. We always say, join Andy's Man Club, promote that. It's such a great setup for men. Yeah. And, you know, very similar to our group a lot, but a lot of that is meeting sort of like locally and in rooms face to face for them. But they go off and do different things as well, and it's all about supporting your mental well-being, isn't it? You know, promoting your mental health.
I suppose there's quite a few men that are alone at weekends because the wives are away with you.
Well, that's what I was thinking. All our women, we should be encouraging and telling them to join. I think the you know, Andy's Man Club, you feel as though it's just because the people are low and it's about mental health. I mean, we're doing that same thing, but it's not.
It's not just for that. It's just about doing more with your life. You know, living your best life. Sort of challenging yourself and getting out there and just connecting with others outside, which it's about social prescribing, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So. You find that some people are very good at finding stuff to do themselves and being able and brave enough to do it, and some people aren't.
Yeah.
And it's, I suppose, for people that aren't, if they have someone that they can do that with, or they can see give them ideas of
So we have a lot of what let's call lurkers to what. So there's a lot of ladies who don't actually get involved in the group, but they see what's going on, and even to them, you know, that it's inspiring for them to see that. But hopefully, eventually, they'll bite the bullet, because it's not easy. I remember the first time I went to meet a group of women. I drove to the lakes, and my stomach was churning. I felt ill, and I was like, right, okay, what's and I was outside sweating. And I thought, right, I'm going. If I don't like it, I can always turn out and come back home. It's no big thing. And I opened the door, and I was like, oh, my heart hurts. Beats a minute. And as soon as I was here, it was instant. You just felt relaxed, you know. But it's taking the plunge, isn't it? You know,
because everybody's got that first time. Everybody's going to feel the same. You're all going to feel nervous about going meeting a bunch of strangers, but you know they're not strangers for that long. So you don't know what you're missing. Unless, you know, you could sit at home forever thinking, oh, I wish I should do, I could do. Well, you know, it's about doing. And it is hard to take that first step, but we're so glad that we took that first step out, you know, and that's why we encourage other women to just take that first step.
And that's why we encourage the newsletters, because it feeds back and people can see what's going on, you know. You know, what the ladies are doing and achieving.
What people are sort of missing out on. But for those who can't get out, maybe some women can't get out and they are at home, they're not able to get out, they can share posts on there and get that sort of feedback and support from women, can't they?
And we're open to suggestions, you know, we still know there's things that we're not aware of yet, you know, we want to tap into any way of helping people, you know. For instance, if people were at home, you know, bring them together on a Zoom call or something, you know, just there's so much, but, you know.
You know, there's some people that won't be taking, you know, a part in what's going on, but we talk about with social media and businesses where there'll be people there who like what you do, but they don't need you just yet. But at some point, either someone they know will, or they will, and then they'll get involved, and it's the right time for them.
They'll lurk until it's needed.
Like the right time for them, and you know, the universe will provide. Because I feel that's what's happening with Tracy and I. We just met, and you know, at the right time. You know, if it had been the year before, it might have been the right time. So we've achieved.
Amazing. It's really amazing, and until you're introduced to me, I had no idea, obviously. So hopefully, more people, more women will know about.
Because they benefit, you know. It's there for their benefit, isn't it? You know, mentally, physically, it's got everything. It just ticks in the box for everything.
Yeah.
We do hope we get lots more women joining us as well. So if anybody's sort of watching the podcast, we want people to join us and be part of Thrive, because it's growing. There's a lot more to come. We've got loads.
We want to get more
ideas.
involved in festivals, don't we?
Yeah, we've got lots and lots of ideas, and we're so young yet, not young,
the group, not
the
us.
group, not always we're of a certain age, but we are,
We are young.
we're young. We still go to gigs and stuff. So it's there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, I mean, look what we've done in 18 months.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's really inspiring to hear about.
And each person that joins Thrive brings with them the experience and their knowledge, and ideas. So, and things grow from that.
Yeah. So how, what's the best way for people to find Thrive?
They go onto Facebook and they type in Thrive.
Yeah.
Women living our best lives. And it's
that's the logo, is it?
here was designed by one of my friends, Jade. She's a graphic designer. She's absolutely amazing. Jade. And we told her sort of what we wanted our logo to look like. And she went away, she did a magic, and she come back, and we love it. Yeah. And it's a woman sort of in a tree.
Okay.
With lots and lots of branches coming off.
Amazing.
So that's the
So this is the woman, and these branches are all different branches that we've
got. And we've got more branches to come, hopefully. One of them we would hope one day to be Thrive Men. We'd love that. We'd love that. If you'd be interested. Would that, does it sound like it would interest you? James?
We'll see.
24 hours a day.
Your phone regularly.
Maybe.
But for now it's Facebook, but we really do want to tap into Instagram.
Yeah.
Maybe a website we're looking at.
No, we absolutely looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether LinkedIn's really for us, but
well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of women in business that
for the women in business,
that would definitely.
We have got a LinkedIn, but again, it's having the time.
Yeah.
We need people to come and help us and support us, and
we're very open to ideas, suggestions, and
help.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's been amazing hearing story and about Thrive and what you've done in such a small space of time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us, James.
And
it's been great to meet you.
Hello.
So that's.